All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We are here with Ray Korowitz from Rhode Runner.
Hey, folks.
Once again for our little 6 to 4 week preview of our upcoming Bristol Half Marathon. We are very excited after a successful Newport Marathon and Half Marathon. Although Bristol is only a half, but we are here with Ray to give a little advice, a little discussion on some stuff going down here at Rhode Runner to maybe help you during our race. So Ray, why don't you give the people, if they didn't tune in last time or they don't know, a quick background on yourself and what you do here at Rhode Runner.
Yep. So I'm kind of one of the head sales associates here, and basically my responsibility is to meet with people and fit them into running shoes. Mm-hmm. You know, go through a gait analysis to determine a running shoe or a walking shoe or a lifestyle shoe to folks, and also specialize in running apparel and accessories and all things running. Yeah. Running advice, whatever anybody needs, you know, involving running or walking as well.
That's for sure. Yep. Ray is, I will say, one of the best at what he does. I see him all the time whenever I'm in here. He's handling something, helping somebody out. And I've heard a lot of good things about Ray. That is for sure. So Ray, we're going to get into the running here. Specifically this time of the year, you know, it's June. We're in Bristol, you know, 4th of July in Bristol. One of the biggest events there is in the state of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
You know, I've truly growing up in the Bristol Warren area, I've witnessed it. Man, the people of Bristol, they really love their 4th of July.
They embrace it, and they don't just embrace it on the 4th of July. It's like a 2-week period leading up. And it's exciting. It's a party town, and it's a lot of fun.
And that's right when our race is, during that 2-week period.
That's great.
So my first question is, you know, we're going to be in June time. The humidity is something special during that time of the year. What type of, let's go with hydration products to start for this humidity that would you recommend to runners, and what should that look like maybe the day before and during the race?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff out there. Here at Rhode Runner, we carry new hydration tablets. Mm-hmm. We carry Vitalite, and then we also have some goo hydration tablets, and those are great. You know, I mean, it adds a little bit more to your water, you know, with your electrolytes and some caffeine if you need caffeine, but all of those things are good to be using. If you're going to use them on race day, though, I will always recommend use those things during your training so that you know what flavors work for you, what you can put down, and what sits well with you. Okay, you never want to try anything day of the race or the day before. You know, you want to test that out. So always during your training. And then we have other things like, you know, the gels. We carry Morton gel, we carry goo, we carry honey stinger gels, and those are helpful with, you know, providing calories, electrolytes.
I remember you saying that last time, not to surprise your body.
Don't surprise your body on
race day. Yeah, don't want to do that. So kind of getting into that, like not equipment line, like clothing wise, what would you recommend here? I know last time we talked blisters with the moisture wicking socks. What type of maybe shirts or shorts or maybe even leggings for some people would you recommend for the humid weather? Yeah,
so I would say, you know, you definitely, I mean, during the hot and humid weather, you want, you know, as light as you can get. And the same thing with socks, you want moisture wicking materials, okay? Very important. You know, you don't want to use any cotton, that doesn't help. You know, it doesn't moisture wick, it just sticks on you, and you know, you get more lengthy, you get chafing, and it's very uncomfortable. So try to get the lightest material you can, moisture wicking, and see what works for you in terms of the fit, right? You know, of like shorts, singlets, short sleeve shirts, that type of thing. So it's very important. And for chafing, never forget, you know, there are products out there. Body Glide is one, so you can use that for chafing, like say armpits or in other areas that you might get chafing. So it works well.
Do you guys offer that here?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Awesome. Chafing is definitely a big issue.
Yeah, so that comes in. Yeah, that comes into play too, because you know, chafing's very.
Nobody wants that. No. So Bristol, we talked before. You said you hadn't run the Bristol race. I would say it's most well known for its change in elevation.
Yes.
A lot of hills, very up and down type of course. What type of maybe shoes or equipment would you recommend for this hillier course?
I mean, you know, certainly you want to get fitted and you want to be in a shoe that feels natural for you and fit your foot shape. But, you know, if you're on a course with more hills, some people like to go with something that's a little, like maybe a little bit softer, but it's also a preference thing. But when I'm pounding down hills and climbing up hills, I like something a little bit, you know, a little bit softer.
Yeah, feel light on the feet.
Light on the feet, yeah. It's, you know, the lighter the better as far as I'm concerned with a running shoe, but, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, if race day, you know, pray to God it doesn't happen, but if we get a rainy day, what type of products would you recommend with the humidity and the rain kind of combined? Like, how would you expect to combat that with your clothing?
I mean, yeah, it's just, as mentioned before, just you want to make sure that you go lighter, and of course moisture wicking is not a lot you can do if it's torrentially downpouring, but some people might use a light layer on top, that they can take off if they need to, just for rain, and just something that's offers up a little bit of water repellency. So
last year it was rainy in the morning, and then it kind of got sunnier out during the afternoon time. Not afternoon, mid-morning.
Right.
So next, like we were talking about, that red, white, and blue spirit, that patriotic spirit in the town of Bristol. Do you guys have any, not only clothing, but shoe-wise, any cool red, white, and blue products that you guys offer here that people could be interested in to try to fit in?
Yes, we'll have some apparel, but there are a couple of shoes out there that are kind of down that alley. Yeah. So you can show your patriotism that way. Some socks too as well. So
come on,
it's always
in.
fun to do that. Yeah, come on in and visit us, and
we'll show you the red, white, and blue. Get you set up with the patriotic vibes. And then your experience, like we've talked about, you've done a ton of these marathons, ton of these half marathons. How would you recommend preparing your 2 weeks before, what the training regimen should look like before this half marathon?
I mean, certainly, if you're
the mix between rest and rust, some would say. You don't want to wear yourself out, but you want to make sure you're properly trained.
Yeah, I mean, if you're following a training plan, and most training plans are going to have whether it's a half marathon or full, in this case a half, you'll probably be in your taper period. So when you're tapering, you're probably not going to do as many miles, and the workouts probably won't be as intense. And so that feels a little bit different for folks. They're not used to that after they've been training real hard for a long period of time. All of a sudden, it's like you got to cool the jets a little bit for prepare for a racing day. So so just be prepared for that, because that can be something that could affect you psychologically too. You know what I mean? You're not used to that, and and you also want to prepare for the heat and humidity, and that just requires you to get out there. We never really know what the weather's going to be like in New England. I mean, we could have some chilly weather or relatively chilly weather leading up to that race, but then on race day it could be,
especially this time of
humidity.
year.
But just be prepared for it. But if you can get out there and practice in some, in the heat and humidity, it will help you on race day. And then also run with the conditions. Don't overdo it if it's hot and humid and your body is telling you that you have to be careful, and you're straining through it. So
absolutely.
And hydrate. Hydrating is very, very important.
So important. So important. After watching all these races over the year, hydration's got to be number one on your mind. So that's all I have. Unless you have anything else, we're going to do our quick promotion that we have now with Rhode Runner. We're doing 15% off all merchandise, anything you can find at checkout here at Rhode Runner. Just mention Road Races. Mention Ray, you saw the interview, you liked what he had to say. Ask him his questions, take his expertise in, because I'm sure it'll help you out as it's helped me out. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Ray, for your time once again, as always.
Always a pleasure.
And we look forward to seeing you guys
Good luck,
soon.
folks.
Thank you, and good luck with the race.
Happy Independence Day.
Happy Independence Day. Have a good one.